So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my best Killjoy setups for Haven. Haven is one of my favorite maps for Killjoy, not only because there's a bunch of different setups that you can use, but specifically the Nanoswarms have some pretty sneaky spots that you can use that work all the time for me. So first up, we're going to be starting off here on a site with turret and Alarmbot spots. My favorite turret spot is right on top of the box, right at the corner right here. This way, the turret will see anyone pushing up to the orb here at long. With the turret on top of here, typically I will place the Alarmbot down here in this corner, just like this. The reason that I really like this spot is because as you can see from the range, it covers the entire entrance into A short right here. So it's impossible for someone to get through without triggering this Alarmbot. The other benefit to this spot right here is that the Alarmbot is incredibly deep in the corner. So if somebody really wants to clear it, they have to peek into short like this all the way to clear the Alarmbot. Another spot I like for the turret is placing it on top of this lower box like this. This turret will let you know if anyone is pushing up long, and if you don't have an Alarmbot, it will also let you know if somebody is walking up short. Another good turret spot, if you want to have it specifically watching short, is right on top of this box here, so it will see if anyone is walking up short. Of course, with a turret spot like that, you need to have your Alarmbot in a position around here. That way you'll know if somebody is pushing up long. Now moving on to Nanoswarm spots, a lot of people seem to think that Nanoswarms being at the entrances of site like this isn't very useful, but really it's only not useful if they are getting pre-fired because you continue to put them in the same spot, or the enemy has a Raze or Sova that is continuously breaking your traps. And in that case, just like if you're playing Cypher, you need to adjust your traps accordingly and set them up somewhere else, probably deeper on site. But if I'm playing against a team that isn't using a Raze or Sova to break these, I will almost always put at least one of my Nanoswarms right at the entrance to site, just like this. These Nanoswarm spots almost never get shot out unless you just aren't paying attention to when the enemies are walking up to your site. So something like this at the top of the ramp works pretty well at stalling. You can also place it just around the wall like this to make it a little bit harder to shoot out. And even though it looks like there's a gap, this will actually still hit anyone walking up the ramp. Another spot that works really well for me is a Nanoswarm in this corner and an Alarmbot in this corner. Both of these traps are so deep into the corners that they never get shot out. And as soon as I hear the Alarmbot get triggered, I pop the Nanoswarm and it covers this entire doorway here. So the Nanoswarm spots that I really like on a site here though are all along default here, which not only works well at stalling a plant, placing a Nanoswarm at one of these spots is almost always a free kill or a decent amount of damage. Basically, the idea is you want to aim your Nanoswarm so that way it lands in one of these ammo crates right here or along this part of the site. So you can easily throw a Nanoswarm in this ammo crate just like this, and it is completely unable to be seen, and it's right at the most common plant spot on this site. So this covers this huge chunk of site that everyone likes to plant at. Typically, I will always throw at least one Nanoswarm in a spot like this that's super hidden. But like I said, there's a bunch of options for that. You can also throw one in this case right here, also completely hidden, or in this ammo crate right here, or along the bottom of the site right here, or on this spot as well. And all 5 of these Nanoswarms are completely hidden, and especially in the heat of the moment, people are not going to be spraying into these spots trying to break the Nanoswarms. So my personal favorite setup for A-Site Haven is this.
Turret out. Placing Alarmbot. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Swarm grenade out.
So moving on to B site, turret, and Alarmbot spots, this is a much more straightforward site to play as there's really only one entrance the attackers will use to get onto site. So really placing your turret on top of this box in the corner is probably your best bet. Of course, something like this works as well, but personally I think having it super high at this off angle is just the best spot for it on this site. For the Alarmbot spot, Basically, anywhere around the door right here should cover the entire entrance. So you can do this on either side, and you will know if someone is pushing onto site. So for Nanoswarm spots, really you just want to make sure that it's separated from the Alarmbot. So with the Alarmbot on this side, I throw my Nanoswarm on this side. Just makes it a little bit less likely to get destroyed, especially if there's a Raze or Sova on the other team using utility right at the front of the site. You just want to make sure all your traps are separated for that reason. For the other Nanoswarm spot, placing it in this corner works really well. Obviously, it will cover this corner, which is a very common plant spot. Plus, it will also cover the front of the site, which is the other common plant spot. So this works really well. So if you're stuck playing on B site as Killjoy, my recommended setup looks like this.
Target out. Placing Alarmbot. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Swarm grenade out.
So finally, we are going to be moving on to C site and garage. Personally, I think Killjoy is strongest here on C site, especially because of her ability to stall a push through garage, which is super important to holding control of C site. So first up, for turret and Alarmbot spots, my favorite turret spot is placing it right here in the corner of garage. This way, anyone walking into garage will get immediately spotted and tagged. The only downside to this is that if they know that your turret is there, they can easily shoot through the door here and break it. So you definitely need to make sure you're changing it up and not using the same spot over and over again. Other than that, a really strong spot. Obviously, with the turret anywhere here in garage, I will always have the Alarmbot somewhere here at C. This way, you'll know if anyone is pushing up along C. The other turret spot I really like for garage is placing it just behind the box like this. It won't give you that info of if they're walking into garage, but once they start pushing forward, it will reveal them, and still a very good spot. So if you want to place your turret actually on C site, on top of this box here, works really well to know if they are up long and pushing onto site. You can also do something like this, which will see long and the garage ramp, so you'll know if anyone is pushing out garage or long. Or once again, you can do something just for long, which is on top of logs here, and you'll know if anyone has pushed up long or has pushed far out of garage onto site. And the reason that I'll occasionally put a turret here on C site itself is because sometimes I'll place my Alarmbot right at the doorway here, just like this. This way, if somebody pushes into garage and the Alarmbot actually detonates and inflicts the vulnerable on them, it is a super easy kill even spraying through the doors. So now for Nanoswarm spots, it's pretty important to have one in garage here to slow down a push. So you can throw one right along the door here as the round starts, or if you want to set it up before the round starts, you can throw one right in the middle of garage just like this. And throwing it in the middle of garage will completely cover all the way to both sides. That way nobody can push through. So either side of this wall will work pretty well to stop a push up long. And if they don't have a Raze or a Sova, throwing it in the middle isn't a bad option either. So just like on A site, there's a pretty gimmicky spot that you can throw your Nanoswarm here at the default plant spot, which is right here along the bottom of the site. You just want to throw it right here. Once it settles, it'll be completely underneath that rope thing at the bottom of site, and it will be completely hidden. So as you can see, it covers right here, which is a common plant spot for long, and it covers this corner right here, which is the other common plant spot. So my favorite setup for C site Haven looks like this.
Placing sentry. Placing swarm grenade. Alarmbot out. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Swarm grenade out.
So that is all for my Haven Killjoy setups video. If you want to see more Valorant videos and guides like this, then make sure you hit that subscribe button.